What's up guys, and welcome back to the Station Bakery. Let's make some cake balls. Start by melting down 3 different colors of chocolate. Using the back of a spoon, randomly spread the different colors of chocolate around the mold. I'm starting with the color that I want to be seen the most, which in this case is pink. It's very important that you spread it around but leave enough space for your other 2 colors to be able to come through. So once I've smeared my pink, I will then let it set and then go in with my second color. This is the secondary color that you want to see the second most, and you still want to make sure that you're leaving space in between for that third color to come through, but not as much space, as the third color is just kind of like a highlight. It's important that you allow each color to set before going in with the next color because you want to prevent the colors from bleeding. Now I'm going in with my third color, which is white. The white is going to act as an accent color to my other main colors, but it's also going to act as a second layer and coating to thicken up my chocolate shells so that they don't break when I take them out of the mold. It is very important that your chocolate is not too hot when applying it onto your other 2 layers because it will cause the other chocolate to melt and then your colors will smear and get muddy. Let your chocolate set up before moving on to the next part. Once the chocolate has hardened and set, you want to use an offset spatula to go around the edges, scraping off any excess chocolate. This is a very crucial step, so please be sure that you don't skip it. Scraping off the excess chocolate is going to help make the process of you closing these up much easier. Now let's start filling them. For this demonstration, I'll be using 2 different flavors. Here I have vanilla cake and also I have some dark cocoa brownies. Super delicious. Let's start off with the vanilla cake. We want to go in with 1 layer of cake first. You want to make sure that this is a small layer and not too thick because you want to make sure that you're leaving room and space to add on the next layers. Now I'm going over to the brownie. I'm going to do this brownie layer a little bit differently from the vanilla layer just to show you 2 different options on how you can do this. Instead of just making 1 layer at the bottom, I am instead making 1 entire layer that is going to cover the entire shell, but making sure to leave a hollow center to add my next layers. Now let's go back over to the first cake ball. I am going in with a layer of vanilla buttercream. Any vanilla buttercream that you choose will work. You can also switch up the flavors like strawberry or chocolate, caramel, anything like that. And then my next layer is going to be another layer of cake. But again, guys, this is where you can get creative. Add in different fillings such as fruit fillings, candies, caramels, chocolates, cookies, whatever you feel. Get really creative with this and make something amazing. Another note that you want to make is do not fill these up all the way to the rim. Leave a little bit of space between the top layer and the top of the chocolate. This is very important because when you go to melt these down, you will need room for the chocolate to lower itself and not have the cake sticking out, which will prevent it from closing easily. Now back over to the brownie side. Remember that we put a hole or a crater in the middle of this brownie. This is where we are going to put our fillings, just like our buttercream. But I'm also going to go in with another layer of another filling. Delicious, tasty cookie butter. It is my absolute new favorite thing ever, and I'm just literally putting it in everything. But these are so delicious, and I love the fact that when we cut these open or when your client bites into them, they will get a nice bite of brownie, but then they will also be surprised with this ooey gooey center with this delicious filling. Now on to the next part. So you notice that I filled these while they were still in the mold. This is to make it easier to pop them out, just like so. They come out absolutely perfect. The risk that you run by popping the chocolate shells out first and then filling them is that you might not be able to fill them up as much and that they run the risk of cracking on you. But when you already fill them, for some reason, whatever the science it is behind it, it just makes it much easier to pop them out of the mold. Another benefit in filling them inside of the mold is that in the case that they do crack, because mistakes do happen, they are already shaped in the proper form. So all you have to do is go over it with just a smear of a little bit more chocolate to fill in the cracks and holes, and voila, they are still perfect and ready to use. Heat up a skillet on a low heat setting, and guys, as always, please exercise safety and caution when doing this. But as you see, I am taking a small heated pan and placing it over the cake ball shells to melt down those edges. And then we are going to go in with the other half and melt it down and then adhere the two halves. This is where scraping off that excess chocolate while it's still in the mold really comes in handy, because you don't really have to melt down that much chocolate, and it's going to help to make your seams perfectly even and lined up, and you will have minimal to no gaps in your chocolate. When you place them together, there may be a little excess chocolate that seeps out. No worries, just take your finger and smear it around to wipe off any excess chocolate and also fill in any little holes and gaps that you may see along the way. Now it's time to decorate. Let your creativity flow when going about this process and just have fun with it. I'm starting off with a few layers of gold leaf. This is going to add a cute and subtle undertone of glam. Next up, a white chocolate drizzle. While the chocolate drizzle is still wet, we are going to top it off with sprinkles. I like to create my own mixes using a variety of different sprinkles that I've gathered over the time from different places. I like the fact of making my own sprinkles because I get to create and control what the theme is. So as I was decorating, I realized that I need to differentiate the white cake from the chocolate brownie. So we're going to go with pink for the white cake and blue for the brownie. Or maybe it's the other way around. I'm not sure. Anyways, it'll be a surprise. Now let's go in with some glitter. Yes, guys, there is edible glitter. You want to make sure that when you choose your glitter that you look for ones that say edible and FDA approved and not just non-toxic. And this, my friends, is how you make delicious bomb cake balls the Station Bakery way. Now let's see the inside. Absolutely delicious. On to the next one. Oh my goodness, guys, do you see those insides? Absolutely beautiful. Comment below and let me know your thoughts on these delicious cake balls the Station Bakery way. If you've enjoyed this video, then you might enjoy these other videos that I've created as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.